Hello again, my friends. Back with another great American craft beer review with Kyle. Just got down with the Urban Artifact Thin, and I was overly blown away again, as I have been with most Urban. My goodness, a lot of people said that is not. Excuse me, I'm nasty. I get that out of there. A lot of people said that is not one of their best beers. I tell you what, to me, it's one of their better beers. Not the best, but very good. I mean, I was blown away with this. Just enough tartness. I mean, so many breweries claim to be sours and have no sourness or bitterness, and then some just goes haywire buku, and it's just to me it's insane. That is, nothing's perfect, they say, but that's pretty damn close. But anyway, going back to the Christmas ale theme, I picked up a mixed 6-pack 3 weeks ago when I had my arm injury and I left this at the house, did not come over. We have one here today for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights. It's from the Bell's Brewing Company. Yes, the Bell's Brewing Company, their Christmas ale. Bell's Brewing Company Christmas ale. Now, Comstock, Michigan is what it says on the bottle. I've always thought these guys were out of Kalamazoo, but we'll go with Comstock. It's on their label. This is considered a Scotch ale, brewed and bottled by Bell's Brewing Company. Their Christmas ale. Back of the bottle, this traditional Scotch ale is rich and malty with notes of caramel and warm finish, certain to make any occasion festive or at least a bit more bearable. Enjoy with the company of friends and family. It checks in at 7.5% alcohol by volume. It says the shelf life is 6 months. This was packaged on 10/6/17, well in that parameter. In fact, today, 2 months into this, I'm up and down with Bell's, and I'm gonna say it. People have questioned me being back and forth, and I have been. I can't deny that I have not. When I first got into craft beer, I thought Bell's was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Then went to some other breweries and said, but then instead of said, Bell's is just kind of okay, it's not great. And then here recently, I've been drinking a few more Bell's stouts and of course Hop Slam, and I've kind of been back on a Bell's kick. So, I don't know. I had this a couple years ago on tap. It's a Christmas ale, but at the same time, it's labeled as a Scotch ale, so not the traditional Christmas ale, winter warmer, winter lager, winter Christmas beer, however you want to say it. It's a Scotch ale. See here, it says it's brewed with malty notes of caramel and warm finish. Now, I've had this a few times. Again, 7.5% alcohol by volume. Like the logo, there's a Bell's Christmas tree cap there, very nice. Like the logo here, the Christmas ale logo. And boom, bada bang, you have some Bell's glassware here. So I always like to try to stay on top of that if I can. Just looks better for me. Brewing up a beer if I have the glassware, and of course, abundance of glassware in this household. So really never reviewed this beer. They've only had it once or twice, which is surprising. A 6-pack's what, $10? $10.99 for a 6-pack, $11. I think this was $1.92 for a single bottle, and 7.5. So let's go ahead and get a pour. Arm lip feeling a little better here for our sampling. But look like nice ruby color there. And you don't want to be too aggressive with these beers because, see, I've messed that up substantially. Messed that up substantially there. Yeah, this is pouring an awful amount. It almost looks like, good Scotch ale color. Slightly darker than a traditional amber would look. But getting some good notes there. Like I said, I definitely respect Bell's and think that they're, they've done a lot for craft beer. They're not coming out with a whole lot of new stuff themselves. Obviously they do keep the traditional year-rounders, and they've made a few new variants. And I think what you're finding with fan bases across the country of companies that are just not, and the bigger bases in the Great Lakes, the Midwestern brews are not known for that. Founders, Bell's, Great Lakes, and they don't really have to, though. I mean, I think that's what people continue to fail to realize is they don't have to. Everybody doesn't mean they're not a great brewery and they don't make kick-ass beer. And I tell my friends that all the time. Bell's, Founders, Great, all three of them, they haven't done anything new. You're correct, but at the same time, like you made hundreds of great beers in your portfolio, and why? I think they're just looking at the point like, we know what we make and it's consistent and we're selling, so why risk a product that they may not sell? I don't know. It is nice to see new stuff, and I'm sure that Bell's, Founders, all those breweries get this a lot. So finish this pour. It's an aggressive pour. This is a great looking beer, folks. I tell you what, nice fluffy head. It wasn't the best pour, but a nice. Look at that color. That is a tremendous. If you guys can see that up in the light, that is a great dark reddish color. How should I say it? Ruby red color. and enjoy this one. In fact, I kind of like that they call it a Christmas ale, and it's not the same. Not that I love Great Lakes, I love Fatheads, you know, Deschutes Jubilee, all these Christmas ales. But I feel like you want to mix it up, and I love Scotch ale. I got in big trouble with a Scotch ale, and that would be the Dirty Bastard from Founders. Got in big trouble drinking that one. That's at 8%. This one's 7.5, so still not a lightweight by any means. Let's get a quick nose. You're already getting some caramel malts. Some roasted malts. Let's see. Notes of caramel. Yeah, just get a lot of caramel malts here. That's the predominant feature. So let's say cheers to the Brewers and Bills for all the fine work they've done. Continue to make kick-ass beer. Look at the head on this. Now, again, I was a little aggressive with that pour, but it's maintaining its head. And I go back to my good buddy Dave, who says, you know, the good sign of a good crafted beer is the head retention, not so much the head it makes it first. Now, obviously, if you get a wit beer, if you get a blonde ale, or you get a sour or a gose, you know, those aren't going to stay no matter what brewery or what. But if you get a full body beer, I mean, even an IPA or a Scotch ale, an amber ale, a stout, a pumpkin ale, or a porter, or anything other than like the weak, lighter, blonde, domestic type colors, you're going to get a nice head. And there's some slight carbonation. You're not going to see with that dark color. Cheers to the Brewers and Bells, and let's get into it. Cheers. Not for me. I don't know if this is... not for me at all. I get like a weird, like funky... To me, and again, someone else could drink this right here and say it's the best beer they've tried, and that's the beauty of craft beer and being in America. But to me, I get a funky, like, weird, like, sour, like, I don't know. Let's try it again. Almost like roasted caramel malts. Almost like they roasted the malts. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I really get that. See the head? And some roasted caramel. There's some lovely lacing, I will say that. This is a well-crafted beer. I don't know. This is not my cup of tea. And you drink this or Dirty Bastards, a big difference. I'm not saying this is a bad beer. I think it's a solid beer. I'm going to go ahead and give this a B-. For me, I don't know. I think they roasted the malts. I don't know. Again, someone else could try this and say, oh, it's awesome. But not my cup of tea. I'll drink it and enjoy it. Cheers to Bells. And, you know, I'm not going to knock Bells. I'm not going to knock anybody anymore. I came up with a new philosophy. So there you go. Cheers to Bells. And hope everyone enjoys their Wednesday night. See you guys in a little bit. Later.